There's a nice one. These strawberries were planted on the 3rd of April this year. Brand new plants, no leaves, just little tiny roots planted through the plastic. Then on the 27th of May, we picked our first 1 pound of strawberries, and on the 23rd of June, a month later, the first crop finished. And then it didn't do much for a month. So now the 1st of August, we started picking these. Today's the 8th of August, and I'm picking a big crop, but they're still just loaded. And it will produce for another month, and then it will probably reset. They're considered ever-bearing, but there's a time when there's not very many plants, and we have a lot of plants here. I mean, not a lot of fruit on the plants between crops. They're still ever-bearing, because June-bearing would just not have any fruit on them at all. So in the first 1 month crop, during the month of June, we picked about 20 pounds of strawberries. Some people say you should take all the blossoms off and let the poor little plants grow and develop, and make sure that they're sturdy and they'll be healthier, to produce more fruit in the future. But I have never done that. We just let them go, and when they start producing, we pick. Look at them. Look how healthy these are. If we'd have picked all the blossoms in the spring while these were growing, we wouldn't have had our first 20 pounds of fruit. And some people think, I'm sure, that you should pick the blossoms the whole first year, and that's crazy, because here's another 10 pounds of fruit right here. I'll probably have 20 pounds just in this picking. Maybe not quite. I'd say 10 pounds, 12 pounds. There's a lot of strawberries here. Some of these are really nice sized. And tons of strawberries coming in where I'm picking. There's still a lot that are blooming, and a lot that are green that will ripen. Here's another nice one. Beautiful, beautiful. Always pick all of the strawberries. You don't leave little tiny strawberries. You don't leave ugly ones. Anything that you leave that's ripe in there will rot. We throw the rotten ones over in the raspberries, because the rotten ones will create a moldy, mildewy mess inside your plants. And then that will continue to grow until you have nothing but just a terrible mess in there. No one will want to pick at all. So even though some aren't very pretty, we still pick all of the strawberries. All of the ripe strawberries, I should say. Hello, hello, hello. Some of these runners are rooting in the carpet already. I'm gonna pull them out of there so they don't do that. They can really get stuck in there if they start to root. Just get those out of there. Wow. This pan is 12 inches. This is not a standard 9 by 13 cake pan. This is 12 inches by 17 inches and 2 inches deep. There's a lot of fruit in there. I just found a dandelion growing up out of a hole in the plastic right next to a strawberry plant. Carefully pull him out. There he is. Get rid of that. This might seem like a lot of strawberries, but when you like to use strawberries, it's nice to be able to plant what you need and have plenty. And we used to do 6 rows, 6 double rows. What you see here is 3 double rows that are 60 feet long. We've toned it down just a little bit. And I would say it's a little more difficult to share with others, you know, friends and people that come, family that show up to visit sometime. You say, oh, let's go pick strawberries, and there's not a lot in the garden sometimes, especially if I pick the whole crop like I'm doing right now. Today's Saturday, so if we have visitors tomorrow or visitors on Monday, there will probably be more ripe strawberries on Monday, but not so much tomorrow or later this evening. It's fun to be able to share, and it's fun to be able to promote the growing of fruit, your own food. I love it when people can come out here and pick their own fruit and see how easy it is to grow. But I can't let these get any more ripe than that. There's some pretty ripe ones in here, and the whole crop just needs to be totally picked to make sure that the plants are clean. I've been busy at work for an entire week, and I have not been out here at all. There are people that have come and picked some, and that's good. We have some family that help us weed the garden, and she and her kids come pick as much as they want. That's fun. It's nice to be able to share. But they were here on Monday or Tuesday, and now for 5 days the only picking that's happened is the couple of gentlemen that are planting their little starters, where they're trying to root some of these daughter plants in the pots. They pick a few, but they don't pick the whole place clean, and that's nice. They've left some for us too, but I need to make sure that the whole crop is totally clean. All right, this pan is full to the level, but I could heap it up. So we'll start going back the other direction and pick this side. Even these little tiny ones, when they're ripe, they have to come out or they're going to get mushy and attract all kinds of bad insects in the plants. Another nice one. Look at the size of those strawberries. We order these plants in boxes of 1,000, and they cost money. They come from Northern California. Sometimes they come from Boston. But I like having fresh plants. It just costs us to do that. And rather than buy plants, some of our friends have been starting them in pots, and you can see them. They're growing. Little runners have been planted in the pots.